we just wrapped up the month of February, which means we've had a grand total of 95 days utilizing algorithmic trading software to manage my portfolio for myself. And in this video, I just want to go over some of the results that I've experienced over the last 95 days. Now, mind you, when I say 95, I'm excluding weekends because the market does not trade on weekends. So I'm just counting for the actual trading days. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Today's date is March 2nd on the time that I'm filming this. I want to go over February's gains. For those of you who may not know, I've been tracking $50,000 in a software that trades for you, and it's called the FedBot, and the software is sold by a company called Nurp, which is the name of this channel, of course. Now, I want to go over some of the results that we have experienced in the month of February specifically. Before we get into this, mind you guys, I want you to know that I excluded weekends, as I said in my intro. And secondly, I want to advise you that I am using the most conservative settings when it comes to this software. And that's the beauty of it. When you have this software and you own the license, you can do whatever you want. You could take more risk, you could take less risk, you could do literally whatever you want, however you feel. But what I did was leave it at the lowest possible settings to manage my $50,000. Now, without further ado, let me stop rambling and get straight to the results. Okay, so here we have MyFXBook, which is a third-party vendor that will track all of your data on a specific trading account attached to a brokerage. So as you can see at the top, this is the Fed 50K bot. In the middle, where you see this chart, that is my equity curve. And as you could see, it is probably the most smooth equity curve that I've ever seen, actually. And another thing that may stand out is the drawdowns. They're pretty mild, almost to the point of being non-existent. So overall, the account is up 15.64%. The daily changes is 0.11%. The monthly average is 3.28%. So every single month I am on average getting 3.28%. And the max drawdown that I've had so far was 2.44%. Now, mind you guys, a lot of people seem to not understand drawdowns entirely. And if you want to understand them, hit this link above. And that is a video that I solely addressed what drawdowns actually are, because I've had so many people reach out to me saying, hey, I don't understand drawdowns, and what does it mean when you're down X amount? That video addresses it, but for the sake of this video, I will go over it extremely briefly. Now, a drawdown is simply unrealized, and what I mean by unrealized is not reflected in the account, and I'm speaking on the behalf of this exact chart that we're looking at. Yes, we may see a 2.4% drawdown, but that never actually reflected into the actual balance of the account. Reason being is because the trades were not closed all in negative, meaning we did not close out the month and or week negative. Just how there's unrealized drawdowns, there's also unrealized profits. So that being said, do not freak out when you see the 2.4%. A lot of people get very weary about things. Well, oh my God, 2.4%, that's crazy. Well, I actually think it's the opposite crazy. I think it's crazy good. I've seen things that are far worse than 2.4%. And in fact, like I said, we've never closed a week nor a month negative. That drawdown is unrealized and never, ever reflected in my account balance. Okay, enough of drawdowns, back to the results. The account balance is sitting at $57,820.72. We have a total profit of $7,820.72, which is absolutely amazing because technically the account made $7,000, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I did absolutely nothing other than checking up on the software. I made zero decisions. I did absolutely nothing. So essentially, this account has generated almost $8,000 with probably as close to passive as you could possibly get. All right, so now let's check the monthly changes. January, we saw a 3.84% gain. And for the month of February, we saw a 2.41% gain. Today, like I said, is March 2nd, and we are already up 0.16%. We are definitely on track to hit our average. And I just want to emphasize further on the point that my risk parameters, my lot sizing is as mild as you could put in comparison to the account size. Now let's go over some of the performance and profit factor. So the profit factor on my software, which If you don't know what profit factor means, it basically means that for every dollar that I can lose, I am actually gaining $2.27. So what they would call this is a 2R or 2.2R, meaning I'm willing to risk 1 to gain 2, 2.27 exact. The amount of trades taken since I started this software, this is crazy, guys. 2,116 trades have been taken, and of which we have a profitability of 83%. So we've only lost 17% of trades. And what that looks like in numbers is we have actually won 1,753 trades out of the 2,116. So we've only lost 363 trades. Our average trade length is 1 day. When you look at the software, in fact, let me scroll down. This is the software's behavior. When you look at the software's behavior, you see how active it really is. And in fact, I'll pull up what the software really looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this. This is going to bring us to the actual software that's running. And you guys have seen this chart before if you've been documenting this journey alongside with me. So all of these in this section are open trades currently, and this is an average week, month, and day. It is extremely active. It's continuously trading both to the upside and the downside. That's the beauty of this software, is you don't really have any correlation with markets. And that's one of the biggest attractive factors for me, is because when you look at stock market, you have to actually bet that it's going to go higher because you're holding a certain stock. So you're subject to bear markets, and you're subject to poor economy and other things that could evaluate valuation of that stock, and you're subject to things that could actually hinder the valuation of that stock moving forward. But when you're in something like a software, which is pretty uncorrelated to markets and uncorrelated to the economy to a degree, right? You do have news, financial news that comes out from the Federal Reserve, which tends to impact the charts. But surprisingly, and now past performance don't dictate future gains. In the past, what I have seen is during these market volatility releases of news, the bot tends to do exceptional, especially if it goes in a drawdown. The more it goes into a drawdown, the more it sizes into the position, which offsets the drawdown one, and then actually has a far bigger return when it recovers. Okay, so there you have it, 95 days of utilizing software to trade for me. Now guys, there's one other thing that I'd like to say on this video before I let you go. And that very thing is I am still trading. This whole time that I'm shooting this video, I'm trading. When I leave my studio to go eat and hang out with my friends, still trading. That is the beauty of algorithmic trading. While you be a human and you enjoy your experience of being a human, your money actually has a chance to work for you. That is the future, my friends. So if you enjoyed this video, if you're interested in some other metrics about this account, please leave a comment down below, because I'm curious to see what you guys would like to see, and I would love to address whatever interests you guys. Before I let you go, if you're interested in the software that I'm using, the link is down below, and if you click it, you'll actually be routed to the Nurp team, and they can tell you the exact software that I'm using and potentially give you the scoop on the settings that I have if you want something to look similar to this. Like always, my friends, peace.